Hi everyone, Owlvine here. This week on Starting Out Solitary, our topic is word fun. So our task for this week was to choose a word that we didn't know the meaning of, a pagan related word, and kind of say our thoughts on what we thought the word means and then look up what it actually means. So to choose my word, I kind of found it hard to choose one. I was like, what word? I don't know. So I picked up one of the books that I had and flipped to the back in the, what's it called? The glossary section? No, it's not that. It's where, you know, they list all the words and then tell you each of the pages that the word is on in the book. Wow, that was really... yeah. Anyway, so I did that and the book that I chose was Raymond Buckland's Big Blue Book, and I just flipped back there and had a look around, and I eventually found a word that I thought was quite interesting, and it is Palingenisis. So I've never heard of this word, and I was like, well, I'm interested to see what it means, so let's go there. When I first looked at it, I thought that it had something to do... Palin to me, like I thought maybe is sort of many, and Genesis having something to do with birth or like genes, that kind of thing. So I was kind of right. Basically what Palingenisis is it relates to incarnation, or reincarnation. So I'm going to just read out what I found on Wikipedia about this word, because after kind of reading it, I still feel like I don't understand enough to kind of riff, you know, and kind of talk about it. So it's not too long, so I'll share it with you. So Palingenisis is a concept of rebirth or recreation used in various contexts in philosophy, theology, politics, and biology. Its meaning stems from Greek palin, meaning again, and genesis, meaning birth. The word Palingenisis, or rather Palingenesia, perhaps, may be traced back to the Stoics, who used the term for the continual recreation of the universe by the Creator after its absorption into itself. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus is quoted in Greek using the word Palingenesia to describe the Last Judgment, foreshadowing the event of the regeneration of a new world. Palingenesia is thus as much the result of, or reason for, the Last Judgment as it is directly the judgment itself. And I'll read this last little bit. In philosophy, it denotes, in its broadest sense, the theory, for example, of the Pythagoreans, that the human soul does not die in the body, but is born again in new incarnations. It is thus the equivalent of metempsychosis. Metempsychosis, perhaps, is the word. Do you feel like you're learning? I feel like we're really learning here. The term has a narrower and more specific use in the system of Schopenhauer, perhaps, who applied it to his doctrine that will does not die, but manifests itself afresh in new individuals. That's really interesting. Will does not die, but manifests itself afresh in new individuals. He thus repudiates, perhaps, the primitive metempsychosis doctrine, which maintains the reincarnation of a particular soul. So Robert Burton, in the Autonomy of Melancholy, writes the Pythagoreans defend, it's that bloody word again, metempsychosis and Palingenesia, that souls go from one body to another. Wow. So I need to work on my reading of large words skills. But basically it's the the theory of reincarnation. You know, that nothing completely dies, but is recycled and renewed and recreated. So that was my word for this week, Palingenisis. Yes. I hope you learned a little bit, and this was kind of fun. And I will see you all next week on Starting Out Solitary. Much love.